SimStation back at you. Today we're looking at my motherboard and processor out of a HP Z440 workstation. Well, with the power supply. So I'm suspecting the problem I'm having right here is because I don't have the fans for it, like the front fan and the rear case fan. Or it might not be the problem at all, but if I turn this thing on, this power supply is going to sound like it's about ready to launch to the moon. And at first I had this extender on it, and I thought that might be what's doing it. Basically, I'm trying to figure out what to do with this. I junked the case because it was bad. The other parts tested okay, though, so I kept them. And that's the motherboard right there. Graphics card. These are very proprietary. There's not really any BIOS you can get into on them to disable the fans and stuff like that, so you can run your own type of fan. And even the headers on these things are proprietary. If you look right here, look how wide that is when you compare it to a regular fan slot that's narrow. So that would be more like a regular fan slot to fit your normal fan on. And then if you look at that, you can see how wide it is, and the back fan here is the same way. So it's got a real wide slot on it where it's not normal. And if you look at the CPU fan, it's the same way too. So it really locks it down to proprietary. This is a liquid cooler for this one because of the processor that's in it. I'm debating on what to do with this because of the proprietary issues with it. You know, fan headers and stuff being too wide to fit aftermarket stuff. Yeah, maybe I could cut that stuff, but I'm pretty sure that it's all built into the motherboard. And that's why we have this issue. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up for you. And you can see it fires up normally and it's quiet, but just wait for it. It won't take but a second here when we start to boot up. You'll hear it just as well as I did, and you see our boot screen's coming up now, and we're about ready to get every error, and you cannot disable these error messages on this. So we got a USB not connected, USB 3.0 not connected, 1394 not connected, rear chassis fan not detected, front chassis fan not detected, and front audio not connected. So if we hit F1 we can boot, but listen to that. That power supply sounds like it is about ready to just launch out of here. And I ain't a kidding. But we can open it up here and I can show you what the system is. We have a Intel Xeon E5-2687 at 3.1 gigahertz with 32 gigs of RAM in it. This is my second R9 280 graphics card, so that's what we got in for that. I mean, it's working fine other than the fans being wide-ass open. We got Windows 10 Internet of Things, which is IoT, Enterprise LTSC 21H2. You see that right there? That's what's installed on it. And it is activated too. I can go to activation and show you that maybe. I don't know. We'll just get to it here. Right there, Windows 10 Enterprise. Windows is activated with a digital license. So I've been sitting here pondering what to do with this, and I've been looking at it. I've had it sitting on another computer there, and I moved that computer around to do some testing with. Actually finish some things up on because I have it for sale right now on Marketplace. So I'm going to get rid of the 3930K, which is this one right here. So that one we're going to send up the road. And this one I'm pondering over what to do with it. And I think I figured it out. I think what we're going to do, and I'll hook you up to my regular computer to show you this, but I think I come up with a plan. So just hold on a minute and I'll show you what the plan is. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking about doing with the HP Z440. Workstation. Since it's so proprietary, let's just put it back in an HP case. The case for it was junk, and that's why I took it out to begin with, and I thought that maybe I could switch those components into a custom build, but you can't do it because it's too... You could, but the amount of work it would take, just get a... If you can get a bare bones case cheap enough, get a bare bones case. So that's what we're going to look at. I haven't ordered one yet because I'm not sure that's exactly what I want to do. I mean, I'm looking if I bare bones like I could do like a HP Z640 bare bones. And if I do that, I can get it for 114, like 114 bucks. You can see it right here. That's probably not going to have a CPU or anything in it, but I think some of these 640s were even dual CPU. So maybe that'll bring on a whole nother project. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of putting too much into these X79s anymore. Obviously, they don't support Windows 11 natively, which really I don't give a crap about that, honestly. But it's just the tech. The X79 is kind of getting dated now, so I'm not sure that I'll stick on that path anymore. X99, yes. X299, definitely. But it's a bare bones, so yeah, this one actually has the it supports two CPUs. So we'll look at the pictures here. But it clearly says that it supports two CPUs, which means it's got dual slots, but it says the second cage is not included, which means you would have to buy a second cage for it. But this is a version 3, so it's going to support a later generation of processors too, and I don't have the CPUs for it either. So I have to scratch that idea. And the prices I'm seeing here kind of just make it 101.99, and this one says eBay refurbished, so this is going to be the Z440. And that's from Server Parts. That's going to be free shipping, it looks like, 2 to 4 day. So we'll take a look at this one here. It says it has a 4-core, 3.7 gigahertz E5 1630, so our CPU will go in it. I don't know what all it includes and what it don't include. UPC does not apply. It has no memory in it, no operating system. Processor's 3.7 gigahertz. Workstation, HP Workstation, 4-core processor. All CPU, memory cards, and parts are pulled from working environments and professionally tested. Z440 tower. So this workstation comes with an Intel Xeon 4-core 1630 V3 processor, no RAM. Contact us to customize your workstation. So, I mean, that's not terribly priced, but again, I'm not sold on putting any more money in these X79s. So that's why I'm showing you this. That's why I showed you the X79, because comment on the video, please, and tell me if you'd like to see me buy a bare bones unit like this and put that back together, or maybe just scrap it. I don't know. I mean, I'm on the fence on that one. If it's worth putting the money in, I mean, we got a 2687 E5 2687 there. Pretty good processor. I can't remember the cores on it. I have to pull it up, but it's an Intel E5 2687. So let's just say it's a V3. Look at Intel Arc here. That's a 10-core, 20-thread, and I don't think that's a V3 because I'm pretty sure that one's not a 10-core. It might be, but I thought that it was an 8-thread, but we'll see about that real quick if I look here. Yep, this is it right here. So the reason I went with this one's because it's 3.8 gigahertz max turbo. So that was a little bit faster than some of those other E5s I've seen, and that's an 8-core 16-thread. I have 32 gigs of RAM in that. I wish the case wasn't in such bad shape, or I wouldn't have taken them parts out and junked the case. And then I cut the I/O shield out and had it stuffed in that Dell, but because the motherboard is so proprietary when it comes to all the cabling and stuff, it just kind of nixed it. I kind of had to nix that thing and just let it go. So I don't know. I mean, $69.99, $26 delivery. Is it worth putting the money in? That's why I'm going to leave it at that. So it's going to be a short SimStation video, not a long one for you this time. But this is what I'm asking you. And put it in the comment section if you watch this video. I want you to please comment and tell me if you would like to see me buy a bare bones HP Z440 and put that system in, and maybe we turn it into, convert it into a gaming system, and we test it on VR and stuff. So if you're interested in seeing content from that, tell me if I should go ahead with it and buy the case, because I'm on the fence on that. But you can see if you want to build a gaming PC out of one. Let's just take this one for example. This one's a 6-core, 3.6 gigahertz E5 1650. It's got no RAM hard drive or OS. The memory for this is DDR3 memory. Server memory is cheap now. And when I say cheap, it's cheap. But you can buy them with, there's one 16 gigs with a 500 gig hard drive. Throw a graphics card in this one and you go off gaming for $115. With free shipping 2 to 3 days. So you can see this case is in kind of rough condition too, though. The one I had dents in it and was beat all to heck. Really wasn't worth salvaging. The door was busted on it and everything, so that's why it's sitting in the condition it is. But, I mean, we can obviously get a case or a bare bones unit for it reasonable. So, I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep the whole X79 around and build it, but if you guys and gals want to see it, you can comment it on the video, and we'll go from there. But that's it. I wanted to introduce you to that one. I don't know if we're going to do a budget build on it. That's going to be up to you guys and gals, because this comes out of my pocket. So we're not gonna dig too deep down in there. But I will do it for this one. If you guys and gals want to see it, let me know in the comment section. Make sure that you like the video, too. It helps the algorithm, and it does magic stuff. And the next thing you know, a guy's got more viewers and more subscribers. Which reminds me, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to do really, you know what? Here's an idea. Comment if you want me to do it. And if we do it, maybe we venture to put Linux on it even. And we test Linux in gaming in 2025. I've been thinking about doing that, and I have a computer of mine to do it, but I really don't want to run. I guess I could do, I don't want to partition a hard drive, and I really don't feel like buying another hard drive to do that. So this would be a good one. It really would, because I don't have any other need for it. So if we put it back in a bare bones case and put those parts in it, then I think we would easily be, I think we'd easily have something that we could do that with. But let me know. Let me know in the comment section, like I said, and we'll see. After the comments come in, then I'll order the case if they're positive. But that's going to do it for this video. It's going to be a short one. I wanted to introduce you to that X79 from that HP Z440. And I know with the specs on it, it'll probably do some gaming. But that's up to you guys and gals if you want to see us try a Linux build with it and do some Linux gaming. And put it in there. It doesn't cost you a dime. Not any money out of your pocket, just a little bit of time. But thanks for tuning into these videos, and we'll catch you on the next one.